Sagittarius. So, 5 key points, 5 key dates, 5 key astrological aspects for the month of July 2023. For you, Sagittarius, whether you're sun in Sagittarius or rising sign, all the astrological energies you need to understand to navigate the forthcoming month of July. Let's make a start. So let's start right at the beginning. No better place to start. Now, at the beginning of the month, on the 2nd and the 3rd, which is point 1, we have 2 little events. Well, one is a big event, one is a less big event. Let's start with the 2nd of July, because this is about our beautiful planet of love, relationship, value, money, Venus. Now, Venus is in Leo, and Venus is in that part of your chart, the 9th house, which is all about higher learning, higher education, travel, and that higher spiritual aspiration. Because remember, if we go by the zodiac, with Aries as number 1, you are the 9th house, Sagittarius. So you are at home in this house. And with Venus here, you have a little bit of extra layering of energies. But on the 2nd, Venus will be making a hard square to Uranus, my big outer boy, of the unexpected, of shocks, of all manner of things that we just don't understand. And Uranus is in Taurus in your 6th house, which is the part of your chart, can be to do with health matters. It can be to do with your daily routine, and it can be the house of service to others. So let's think about this, because this is Venus squaring Uranus. What goes on in your 6th house, in your routine, that turns things upside down? Something you smoothly got all settled with Venus in Leo in the 9th, that you've got it all done and dusted and sorted, and Uranus comes along and some event knocks you off course with your routine. That, I think, is what this energy is about. So it's just about being mindful of it. It will last for a couple of days, so just be prepared for twists and turns and changes of direction, which are either relationship or love based or financially based. So just be mindful of that, because on the 3rd we have a full moon in Capricorn, which of course is your 2nd house of finance. Now that can't be bad. This could see something coming to fruition, to completion, something perhaps that you've been working on that can bring in income. So, full moons don't necessarily have to be ending, dark, death, bad, finished. Okay, full moons can be completion and resolution. Have you been working on something to do with what you do work in, that your soul path, that you need to tie up loose ends and put it away, or put it to bed for now? That could be a manifestation of this energy. And remember, it brings in the energy of the sign of Cancer, because that's the opposite sign, and that's in your 8th house. And that's the part of the chart that is to do, of course, with transformation and also joint finances. So this is basically a full moon that is most likely going to be about your financial setup. Let's go to point 2, because point 2 is July the 12th. And it's about the North Node, which of course is about our karmic destiny. Now, the North Node has been in your 6th house, Taurus, where it's been causing a few problems with health. Now, you'll be very relieved, I think, to hear that this North Node is finally moving into your 5th house, Aries, which is much more laid back, much more relaxed, much more fun. Now, the 5th house, of course, interestingly, what's come to me is, if you were trying for a baby, the next 18 months might see that manifest, because that North Node, karmic destiny, is in that part of your chart. So that could be a manifestation of this energy. And remember that the 11th house, which is the opposite house of Libra, will also have the node moving from Scorpio, your 12th house, into that 11th house. So that in turn will bring ideas from the past that help you build up a picture of what you would like to take with you into the future. Let's look at point 3. So point 3 is for July 17th. Now, again, 2 energies. I'm being a little bit, kind of cramming them in today. Mercury, our planet of communication, in your 9th house, Leo. This was the house where we were looking at, you've got Venus there, so the sort of value and attraction and kind of anything that is kind of relationship related to do with long distance travel. Mercury is about communication, and it's squaring Jupiter in Taurus in the 6th house. Now, Jupiter, as you know, is our big outer boy of expansion, luck, opportunity. It's trying to give you an opportunity, but it's too soon. And it's something to do with changing your daily routine. And you've got to be careful you don't go around telling everybody, oh, it's all sorted, it's all done and dusted, all arranged, all signed and sealed. And then, oh dear, oops, that's not working. That is what I think is a manifestation of that energy. Also on the 17th, we have a new moon in Cancer, our lovely sign of nurturing, of love, of nourishment, of care. And, the moon is in her own sign, Cancer. So this kind of confirms the energy of being loving and nurturing. Now, of course, the 8th house, which is where it is for you, is about beginnings, endings, and transformation. What can transform in your life that you would like to transform, especially if it's money related or to do with self-worth or value? And if it's connected with others, even better. That could be a manifestation of this energy. So think about that. Now let's move on to point 4, because point 4, July 23rd, is again about the sign of Leo. We've got a lot of Leo energy this month. This, remember, is your 9th house of higher learning, higher education, travel, etc. Now Venus, as I mentioned earlier, the planet of love and relationship and self-worth, is in this part of your chart. It turns retrograde on the 23rd. So what does this mean? It goes retrograde till September, and it doesn't enter Virgo, your 10th house of career, which is going to be really nice, till October. But let's think about it whilst it's retrograde in your 9th house. Retrograde means returning to, going back to, revisiting, re-looking at, redoing. Where do you want to revisit, travel-wise? That could be something that comes up for you with this Venus retrograde energy. It's summer up here in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, you might want to go skiing. But, you're quite athletic, Sagittarius, so, that's not beyond the realms of possibility. Now, as I said, return, revisit, relook, redo. So use this energy to really see if you can give yourself some time out and revisit the kind of, even if it's only in your mind, the parts of your life or the parts of the world that you would really like to go to again. And if you can go to some of these places, do it. Remember, there is only the now. Now let's move on to point 5. 5. Oh, getting in the muddle here. Right, point 5, also July 23rd. And this is about your 5th house, Aries. Now, remember, the 5th house is about creativity. It can be about drama, music, painting, you know, sort of anything of that kind, theatre, opera, anything like that. It's Aries, but you've got Chiron here. There's something here about, you know, Chiron is about that inner wound that we carry. What have you not been able to manifest in your life that you feel quite sad about? Because Chiron goes retrograde on the 23rd. So here we have again, revisit, redo, relook. What will you be looking back at in your life that maybe you would like to see if you could have a second chance, a second go at doing that jazz song in that nightclub, painting that picture and hanging it in an exhibition? There are all sorts of manifestations that we could have of this amazing energy. So, you know, Chiron represents our wounds. Look at your inner wounds and just think what you could do to help areas of yourself that do feel a bit wounded on that creative side to heal. So that could be good use of this energy. So all in all, quite an interesting month, Sagittarius. So thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to subscribe to my website too, pennydix.com, www.pennydix.com. We have things coming soon and they're in process. And thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.